Hey everybody, I'm Curtis.
And I'm Hannah.
And this is Love at First Fright. We have officially moved.
Do we sound different?
Probably.
We're somewhere different.
And I'm not telling where.
And it's at an undisclosed location.
Mm-hmm. In a secret warehouse.
Underground.
It's imagine any location in Saw.
Yeah.
That's where we are.
It's very sticky and wet in here.
Yeah, and there's a pit of needles.
Yes.
We had that put in. That wasn't here.
Right.
But we did need that put in.
Yes.
No, we moved.
There's a lot of goo and grime.
And that's just what we brought. It was actually nicer before.
Yeah, it was nice
here.
before, and then we decided, you know what? Let's spice it up a little.
Yeah, let's get a little icky.
Yeah.
No, we've moved.
We bought a house.
Yes, we bought a house, and so we're there now.
We're there now,
and it's been a journey.
It's
been a while.
It's been like 2.5 weeks since we moved into the house.
Yeah. It's been crazy. Just kind of like a lot of stuff happens when you go to buy a house. Who knew?
Yeah. Buying a house is honestly super annoying and stressful. Don't recommend.
Yeah.
But I do recommend, but I don't.
Yeah. I think the beginning part of the process is fun.
It's super fun.
When you're just going and looking at houses and you're like trash, derivative, garbage.
Yeah.
You know, and you're like pointing at, you get to pretend you're on House Hunters and you're just like, I don't like this one.
Yeah.
This one smells weird.
It's got bad vibes.
Yeah. The feng shui is all sorts of off.
All off.
But it's when you get to the part where you have to start signing a bunch of paperwork.
You sign a bunch of paperwork, you pay a lot of money.
And then the moving itself is always not fun.
I was going to say, it kind of gives the 1-2 punch of like, give us a bunch of money, let us stress you out and expose you.
Yeah.
And break you down into your most base parts.
Yeah.
But then also, you are going to have to drive a U-Haul in the rain.
Yeah.
And load that U-Haul up in the rain.
Yeah.
And then when it's not raining, it's going to be 97 degrees with 75% humidity.
Yeah, so good luck.
So good
And also,
luck.
you have 8 hours.
You have 8 hours. So it basically was a saw trap.
Yeah. In a lot of ways, it was.
Buying a house is like a saw trap.
But we did it. We
did it.
We bought a house. We're in a pretty cool spot.
Yep.
We're loving it so far.
Yeah.
We're
both close to work.
Yeah. We got a cool setup we had a cool setup for movies, but it's cooler now.
Yeah.
I can watch the movie while I make popcorn.
From the kitchen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or make coffee.
Yes.
From the kitchen.
From the kitchen, which looks into the living room.
Yes. It's an Eden kitchen.
Yes.
So
you could say.
And I did.
One might.
It was, overall, real happy that we did it.
Yeah,
but
we still have unpacking to do. There's still some chaos in the home.
I think once you move the first time and you put anything into boxes, there's a little part of your life that never actually comes out of boxes.
Right.
Like, you're never actually going to get everything out.
Right.
And it's not just like the decorative, like Halloween stuff. That doesn't count.
Right.
Because that stuff lives in boxes almost year round anyway. I'm talking like there's going to be like a box of like, I don't know, Funko Pops.
Yeah. That just never gets
records
unpacked.
Or something like that gets like buried underneath a bunch of other boxes that you're like, I'll get to that later. It's not important right now. And then it gets left there.
We discovered some of those from my last move before this one. And when we got here and unloaded everything that was in the shed, I was like, wow, that's stuff that I haven't seen since college.
Yeah.
Like 8 years ago.
There's lamps that I set up in this room that I think I remember from your apartment.
Yeah. So that was way before.
That I hadn't seen since your apartment.
Yeah, because they used to be my bedside table lamps.
Oh, I think we moved into the old house and we were using them, but they were like more modern things, so they don't have lampshades on them because I think they're just supposed to be like dimmer decorative bulbs.
Yeah.
But they kind of like blinded me.
Right.
And so I was like, let's get ones with lampshades. But now I'm using them in here because they put off good light. So
yeah,
I like them.
They have their home now.
Yep. But yeah, so we're kind of like rediscovering a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, it's like going shopping in your own crap.
Yeah, it's great because now we can like spread out, put stuff in a bunch of different places.
We have so much more room now. Like our last house was like 900 square feet, 2 beds, 1 bath.
Yeah.
And that's just not a lot of space for 2 people and a dog and a tortoise and a cat.
Yeah.
And
then if we wanted to like
we have individually
entertain people and stuff, and it's like we got real creative with a bunch of like storage space and a lot of the design stuff that we did and furniture that we bought that was all like secret hidden storage.
Right.
And like, we had measured the furniture that we put in the living room and it looked like kind of like built-ins and everything.
Like built-ins, yeah.
And like we did all of this intentionally to like try to make the best out of like all of quote unquote the space that we had, and it's just like it very much was like I don't know that we actually have room to buy anything else.
No, we were at capacity officially.
Yeah. To the point when we had to declutter to sell the place, it was kind of like a breath of fresh air because it was just like way more like clean in there.
Yeah.
And everything, which was pretty great. But anyway.
But now I can fill this place up with garbage.
Yeah, now we can get a bunch of junk and just throw it wherever we want.
Wherever. We have a whole unfinished basement.
Yeah.
I'm piling that thing full.
Yeah. I set up, you had these 2 wooden chairs that you've had for forever now.
Yeah.
That you like, and you keep wanting to find a place for them, and we've never actually found a place for them.
Yep.
And this has happened again here where you have said, oh, I want to find a place for these, but I don't know yet. And so they've been relegated to the basement for now just because this has become our like storage space or whatever. I did take one of them, and when you go down the stairs into the basement, you turn left down there. The basement is like pretty much entirely unfinished, and it's just like, like a light bulb just kind of hanging
loose,
there. Yeah, I just put the chair in the middle of the room under the light bulb. And then the other one against the wall kind of looking at it.
Now we're really going to scare our friends.
Yeah, listen, I'm not going to get a whole lot of opportunities.
Yes. We need to get someone to house sit, but like don't tell them about that.
I want to get a mannequin, or like I'll take like the ratchet straps that I have and like kind of tie them around the chair and make it look like somebody broke out of it or something. Just like really mess with people.
Yes.
Anyway, so we're having fun.
We're having fun with it.
Yep.
I can finally have all my Halloween decorations.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's crazy though, because the last house that we had, it was on like a really big plot of land. Mm-hmm. And so we would have Halloween decorations to set up, but the house was so far back from the road that all the Halloween decorations, we would set them up, but it would be like a relatively small area.
Right.
And so far back that you couldn't really see any of it from the road.
Yeah.
But now
we live in like a neighborhood.
Like and it's got like a much smaller plot of land, which I'm very happy about because it's less to keep up with. But also it means that the decorations we do have will go a lot further. Like we could we always set up a little graveyard section. Mm-hmm. And the one thing I really liked about it at our old place was when I would set it up in a way that when I would pull up at night, it kind of looked like you were pulling into a graveyard with the headlights and everything. Mm-hmm. That was kind of cool, but that was really just for me.
It was just for us.
Yeah, that was a little treat just for me because nobody else is ever going to see it from that angle. Yeah. But now we can just set it up in our front yard, like anybody else would, so it's great.
And last year when Spirit Halloween closed, I bought one of those inflatables, that you can put like on your porch, and it's the Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
So he can be overlooking the graveyard. Yep. And I also bought, it's like a pop-up, like it's like made out of the same material as like a tent would be, and it has like the poles and everything, but it's a coffin.
Ooh, that's fun.
And I have my big skeleton.
Yeah, we did get a big skeleton on sale too.
So I can put him in there.
Yep. We went out today because we were looking for some home decor stuff. and we went to the At Home store, and we're recording this. It is the day after for the 4th of July, July 5th. They already have the Halloween stuff out,
which I'm pumped about.
Yeah, it was great. It's a thrill to see.
I can't wait to go to Michael's because they always have really cute Halloween stuff that I never end up buying because it's way too expensive. Yeah. And then by the time it would be discounted, it's all gone.
Yeah.
But I do like to look at it.
Yep. No, it's fun. I think this is my favorite time. Well, not right now because it's like too hot and there's not enough of it is out yet. But as it gets closer to Halloween, it's like one of my favorite times of year to go into decor stores and just look at stuff.
Just look around.
Because a lot of it's the same. A lot of it, you get all of the little animal skeletons that anatomically don't make any. Like we saw one today and it was a spider. Spider skeleton, famous for not actually having bones.
Right. Historically, a big skeleton is a spider.
Yeah. So anyway, it's a lot of fun. But I bring up the time of year because we wanted to be thematic on this one. And we were like, we got to record an episode. What's going on right now? It's the 4th of July. And we were like, are there any 4th of July themed horror movies?
And I hear you at home. You're saying, oh, yeah, they must be doing Jaws.
Yeah. And we would have if we had not done Deep Blue Sea last time. Because doubling up on shark movies as much as I want to, I could hear the kind of groan collectively from everyone being like, oh my God, another one.
Another shark movie.
Even though Jaws is objectively a better film
than what we watched.
But, well, this time and Deep Blue Sea. But no, we did not. And there are other 4th of July horror movies.
Yeah.
I will say, when I was trying to do some research on ones to find, a lot of them are kind of like a stretch.
Sure.
Like The Purge was recommended as being a 4th of July movie, even though it doesn't take place.
Well, it doesn't take place on 4th of July, but it is very, America.
And this was a lot of the movies that were served up that people would talk about, was that it was a lot of the themes around them.
Right.
As how they would slot in, and not because they're specifically 4th of July themed. There are actually pretty few of them that are 4th of July themed. You could argue Independence Day is one, although I think that's more of an action sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
But
I do like
whatever.
That movie.
It is a fun movie. So I was trying to narrow it down. Jaws is obviously like the top 4th of July movie, and we will cover it at some point.
Eventually.
But I did find in my research the movie that we are reviewing today, Uncle Sam.
Uncle Sam.
It is... It's a movie.
It's a movie that we watch.
It is a movie that we watch.
And, I have to say, despite everything, and we'll get into it, but despite everything, I would watch this again.
I would too. It is not, maybe it is. Actually, I need to double check this because I don't want to say it's not something and then it is. Okay, no, it is a horror comedy.
Yeah, it is.
Very firmly a horror comedy. And it is one that I actually laughed pretty hard at. But I don't know if I laughed at what they wanted me to laugh at or if I laughed at the absurdity of the concept of some of these things.
I also had that thought of just like, am I laughing with them or at them?
Right. Yeah.
And I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
And, well, I don't know that science is ever going to have the answer to that question. Yeah. So.
Well, let's do a little background. So Uncle Sam is a 1996 American political satire black comedy slasher film.
Horror comedy.
Directed by William Lustig and written by Larry Cohen. Mm-hmm. And that is also the team behind the 80s movie Maniac Cop. So they have a type.
Yeah.
And it is man in a uniform.
Yeah.
Comes back from the dead.
Yeah.
Goes on a rampage.
Sure.
Because that's both Maniac Cop and this movie.
Good. They said one more again.
One more time. 10 years later, let's make it Army now.
Yep.
But the basic prompt is a soldier killed in the Gulf War is resurrected as a patriotic zombie on the 4th of July to punish un-American activities in his hometown.
Yes.
That's the, broad strokes.
Yeah, that's the tagline here.
Actually, the tagline is, I want you, ... dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the tagline.
That's really bad.
It's really bad.
But see, I think this is the thing, is this movie is firmly like a so bad it's good.
It is, yeah.
Movie. It is earnest in every attempt that it makes, but
right.
Good Lord, it's bad.
I also looked into the cast list because I usually shout out the actors. Mm-hmm. I couldn't remember who half of these characters were that were listed on the Wikipedia, so I'm just going to list some names here.
Yeah, just throw spaghetti at the wall.
So this movie stars David Freilich. Mm-hmm. He's Sam Harper, the patriotic zombie. Christopher Ogden as Jody, who's our main child. Leslie Neal as his mom Sally, Bo Hopkins as Sergeant Twining. I don't know who that is.
Are you sure it's not the guy that was like, oh, your brother's dead?
Maybe. I don't remember.
I don't know. It's not important.
Matthew, this is when I'm going to stop naming the characters because I don't know who these people are.
Got it. They're in it, but we don't know who they are.
Matthew Flint, Anne Tremco, Isaac Hayes, William Smith, Timothy Bottoms, Tim Grimm. Tim Grimm?
Tim Grimm.
That's fun.
Wish I knew who you were.
I don't know who Ralph is. Oh, wait, no, I do know who Ralph is.
Yeah.
Ralph is the mom's boyfriend who is an accountant, and he dresses as Abe Lincoln every year in the 4th of July parade.
Yeah. Bo Hopkins was the guy that I was talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like you didn't even watch the movie.
I feel like I didn't. And then this one's fun. PJ Souls.
Yes.
Who you might know from both Carrie and Halloween. Mm-hmm. Tom McFadden and Zachary Micklemore, I think would be how you would say that. And I think that might be the blind kid. Barry? Was that the blind kid's name?
I think that was the blind kid's name.
So I think Zachary Micklemore is Barry, who might have been the blind kid. We literally just turned this movie off.
Yeah. No, that's him. That's him for sure.
Okay, cool.
It's either that or it was his dad, but I think Tom McFadden, who played Mac Cronin, because PJ Souls was Madge Cronin and Madge was the mom.
The mom.
I think Mac is the dad, so Barry, I think, is the kid.
Okay.
Although he does look older, but whatever.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter. Hey, y'all, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
This
one's just for fun.
This is a funsy one, and it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
I got a little excited when the beginning of the movie credits were rolling, and it said PJ Souls, and I was me doing the Leonardo DiCaprio pointing at the screen because I was like, wait, I recognize that name. She's been around.
Yeah.
Kind
of a far fall from grace. Both Carrie and Halloween rule.
I'm gonna choose to believe she was doing this one for funsies.
She was in it for fun.
This is like the Nick Cage kind of like they needed to get the movie made, and she was like, "Yeah, I'll be in your little movie.
I'll be in your little movie."
But this movie is it's there were multiple times you and I were looking at each other being like, what is going on?
Yes.
We paused it halfway through to take a break. And then when we came back to the movie, they had been doing all of this setup. I think Uncle Sam had just started killing.
Yeah.
And then within, I don't know, 5 minutes of us coming back, we stopped it almost at the halfway point.
Yeah, perfectly at the halfway mark.
So within 5 minutes of that, we come back and they introduce the Cronins, who I was just talking about, at the 4th of July, celebration, parade, fair thing. And they are wheeling this child, Barry, I guess, in a wheelchair to take him to the festivities, and he does not want to go. He makes it very clear he doesn't want to go.
Right.
And they're arguing, being like, oh, he's, the dad's like, oh, if he doesn't want to go, we shouldn't take him. And then she's like, no, we're going to bring him there so all of his friends who are going to be there can see what they did to him. And they just introduced this character halfway through the movie like we are supposed to know anything about this.
There had been no reference to like, oh, last year there was a big tragedy at the 4th of July parade where a kid got hurt. No, they just like dropped this in. Yeah. Just shoehorning some fucking lore into the movie.
It's so good.
And so this child is burned and blind and in a wheelchair. I don't know what the fuck kind of firework he got interacted with.
They don't go into specifics about what his friends did to him to cause him to be like this. All they make reference to is that his friends did this, but not our main kid, Jody. Right. He says he wasn't there that day.
He a good boy, and he's friends with the blind kid.
With Barry the blind. And I don't even really know like how to talk about this movie because it is kind of a fever dream of a movie.
Right.
It feels like they're making statements and like taking some stands on stuff.
Right.
But then at the same time, I don't really know where we stand on it.
I don't know either. I was trying to consider this as well. I was like, wow, they're really saying something.
It starts out and it really feels like they're making some pretty like good political commentary here.
They're like, because they're really going into like the Vietnam War and how it was like unjust, and they talk about draft dodgers and like the protests and all this stuff. And they're being very like, they have all these characters who have like anti-war sentiment.
Yep.
And then they have characters that are very pro-war, or at least very like raw Eagle USA about it.
Yeah.
And so anyway, they're trying to make a point. What that point is, I'm unclear on.
Well, I think it's weird because most of the characters who have the like anti-war sentiment are people like it's like a myriad of people who were like, one of the guys was in war and he's like, you shouldn't want to do this kind of thing to Jody. And another one is his Jody's school teacher who was like, no, I didn't fight in the Vietnam War because I protested it and complicated this, that, the other. But like a lot of this we are viewing through the lens of Jody, who is presented as like our main character. Yeah. So you're supposed to kind of relate the most to Jody, I guess. And all of this is him constantly being like, anytime anybody says anything even remotely kind of like anti-American by the standards of just like, I don't know, his idealization of his Uncle Sam.
Right. So he idealizes his Uncle Sam, who went away in the Gulf War when he was pretty young. Because I don't know exactly how old he would have been, but you think he's like 12?
I guess. So then Jody's mom says something towards the beginning of the film. It was like, oh, you were really young when he first left to go to war.
Right.
But then later in the movie, they explain that he's been gone for 3 years.
Right. So if he was 12, he would have been like 9. So he definitely would have been old enough
to like have a relationship and remember him. Unless what they mean is he was even younger when he first went away.
It's only been 3 years since he went missing in action.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So that's kind of the background of this, is that Jody idealizes his uncle who went away in war and then he went missing in action, and he's like, I guess people are kind of presuming that he's dead because it's been so long, but they also don't know that for certain, so they're holding out hope.
Yeah.
He has this, sort of. I'm getting to that. He has this very positive view of his uncle.
Yeah.
That's his hero. He has, a box full of like his war medals. He got the Purple Heart, like all this stuff. Mm-hmm. He's constantly like quoting things that his uncle told him or wrote to him about, the wars and being American and how it's the greatest thing in the world and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And he wants to be in the military one day.
Yeah.
But then we kind of get this information because we have differing perspectives on him where we meet Jodie's mom, who is the sister of Sam.
Yeah.
And she kind of like doesn't explain it right away, but it's pretty clear like they had a weird relationship.
Yeah.
She's not like torn up about him being gone. She doesn't tend to like that Jodie idealizes him so much, but we don't really know why exactly.
Yeah, she just kind of like hand waves it as like we weren't
close, you know, whatever. Yeah. But then we meet Sam's wife, who is Jodie's mom's sister. No, sister-in-law. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she kind of lets on pretty quick that like she was afraid of her husband.
Yeah.
And so when she finds out that he's dead, she's like low-key kind of relieved.
Yeah.
And she's already moved on. Like, it's implied that she's dating, like, the sheriff of town or sheriff's deputy. I don't know what his title is exactly.
Yeah.
But she starts dropping, like, oh, anytime he would come home, I just remember the fear that I felt and, you know, all this stuff. So we're learning pretty quick that Uncle Sam is not a good guy.
Yeah. He kind of sucks. Like, a lot. And then we get... is his name Dan? I can't remember. The military.
I think his name's Jed.
Jed. Sorry, yes. Who's Dan?
I don't know.
There's a guy named Dan in the movie. Jed Crowley.
I think that's him.
Yes. Jed, I guess, served with Sam.
We don't know exactly what their relationship is because he also says that he encouraged him to join. Right. So he would have known him before he even served.
Right.
But he talks about how I filled his head with, you know, stories of glory and he enlisted. But now he has kind of turned around where, like, after his experiences, like many veterans, he doesn't get a good night's sleep and he feels some type of way about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. He spends a lot of time explaining, you know, the negatives of like being in war, that it's not just like heroes and stuff like that and, you know, whatever. And then we finally get to a point later in the movie where like he kind of just outright says and alludes to, because earlier he kind of alludes to the fact that like the people, the way he puts it, like the heroes are the people who are like insane enough when everyone else is keeping their head down to let's go up, and by some miracle, if they don't get killed, then they put a medal on them and then send them back home and said, you're not allowed to be crazy like that ever again.
Right.
And then later in the movie, when he's having this big confrontation with Sam, he says outright, you weren't doing this to fight for your country. You just were out there.
Killing.
You just like killing.
Yeah.
Like he's some kind of monster. Very mumuch how he has become, I guess.
Yeah.
And so like there is, it's weird because there's like all this commentary around it. Right. But then the ending of the movie like really makes me feel like, I don't know, Jodie didn't learn anything. He still wants to do, I don't know.
No, Jodie doesn't want to because he's burning all his military stuff.
Then what's with the look on his face?
He's smiling at his mommy.
That was the weird slow-mo, the glass shattering.
I don't know what the glass shattering and the slow-mo was about. I think those were honestly just like them trying to be like, oh, it's a horror movie, we have to end it on
I thought
something.
When they cut back to him and they started going to the slow-mo thing, that we were going to cut back to the mom
and Uncle Sam
was going to be there.
That's what I thought too.
And then they didn't do that.
They just ended on him smiling at her.
Yeah.
Which is like, I don't know.
I
mean, I guess you can read into it as like, oh, he is gonna be crazy like his uncle. But I thought the implication, because he like learned his lesson and he's burning all the military stuff and he doesn't want to have that anymore. That like
maybe he just doesn't want to be like his Uncle Sam. Maybe he still wants to be in the military. I don't know. Maybe he's like 12 or something. He doesn't know what he wants to do.
No, it's also crazy that everyone I thought that was really funny. Like everyone that he talks to, that he tells that he wants to be in the military, they take it as like he's about to fucking enlist tomorrow.
Yeah, he's signing the paperwork now.
Like, this is a child.
Yeah.
Like, do you know how many careers I wanted as a child?
Right.
Where I was like, I'm going to be a veterinarian. Yeah. I'm going to be a singer.
Yeah. Yesterday, Jody wanted to be an astronaut. Like, let's calm down. Like, he's a little like moody right now because he just found out his Uncle Sam, who he idolized, died, and everyone that he knows is kind of shitting on him, and literally is not telling him why they don't like him.
Right, like all of this stuff about him being like abusive to Louise, his wife, is like a secret.
Yeah.
And they do end up telling him, because I think that's part of what turns him around, because originally he's like kind of on his Uncle Sam's side still, that he's like, oh, he's only killing people who are being unpatriotic, so like that's fine.
He's like, so I mean, I guess it's cool.
But then his mom and his aunt tell him like, no, he was like horrible to both of us. He abused his wife and beat her, and he like, I guess it's implied he was sexually abusing his sister since she was like a small child,
like 6 or something. Yeah.
So, which is also just like wild to tell a kid.
I mean, it is wild to tell a kid. It's also like insane that like, I get they needed like twists or whatever, but they had been dropping basically this entire. I mean, from the jump in this movie that Sam was not like a good person.
Dude, yeah.
I mean, when the movie kicks off, we're at the helicopter wreckage, and his body is in it. He's all burned up and everything like that. And when they're right after they identify him with the dog tag, his body comes back to life, and he grabs a gun off of the dude and then kills the only 2 guys who were there investigating the crash. And then he pretends to play dead again. Yeah. For some reason. I guess just to get back home. But then later... later, he's like powering up while he's in the coffin until... Yeah. Enough patriotic energy flows out of Jody to like resurrect him or something.
Or enough unpatriotic energy pisses him off. And
then he comes back to settle the score or whatever. I don't know, it's weird. And I think I think it would be something if what they were doing was like killing only people who were doing like overtly like anti-American stuff, but it ends up being like, I don't know. It's like anybody that is just kind of...
Anybody.
Yeah. Like the...
Well, and it's also just like... It also turns into people he just doesn't like. Yeah. Because the cop, like his only crime was that he was sort of dating his wife. Yeah. Like he didn't do anything that unpatriotic.
Yeah, and I think it's a combination. It's probably mostly that, but I think it's also the fact that he... when he stops, I think she's credited in the movie as Barbecue Girl.
Yes, I did see her. She was not in my list of names, but okay. I didn't go that far down.
Yeah, the cop kind of like busts her when she like breaks away from the festivities to like go smoke a joint. Yeah. And he shows up and he like confiscates it from her. And it's very clear that he's going to keep it for himself. He's going to smoke it
for later. Yeah. He puts it in his little pocket.
And drugs are anti-American.
Right. I forgot.
Right. And so like it starts to get into like all these different like the the one guy who dresses up as Abraham Lincoln. Yeah. They drop earlier in the movie when he's at a dinner. Which we need to discuss the whole relationship between these women and the men.
And the men in their lives.
It's crazy. But when he's at this dinner, he just like starts talking about the fact that he works at his corporate job and he is actively committing tax fraud. Right. By like legally, going through loopholes to make it so the government can't get the taxes and everything. Right. Which is like not good. Also, how would Uncle Sam know any of that? Because I guess the coffin is in the room when he's explaining this. But isn't it also implied that he's not awake?
He's listening, though, and he's sensing. He's sensing.
He's always there. He's always with us.
He's like Santa.
He knows when you're committing tax fraud.
When you're committing tax fraud. Yeah. I also just love the idea that someone who's killing people for being unpatriotic would even bother targeting someone for avoiding paying taxes. Because I'm like, Republicans love it when corporations don't pay taxes. Yeah. What are you talking about? Yeah. This is the most American thing they could do. Make a living? Oh, it's unpatriotic to make a living now?
Yeah.
According to him. Yeah. Sorry. Not... I'm playing a character.
Right. Yeah,
I think corporations should pay taxes. Tax the rich.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone.
Tax the rich and then eat them.
Yeah. Not necessarily in that order.
In that order. I want them to get taxed first.
We can tax them after they're eaten. It doesn't... If they can tax me when I die, they can be taxed after they're eaten.
Okay. We'll get them coming and going.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We're gonna get him.
But what I'm saying is I love the idea that somebody who's like raw USA would be mad about that.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't be.
No.
Historically.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. Also, Uncle Sam can talk. Like,
yeah, they kind of just...
He's a zombie, but like he doesn't do anything really zombie-like.
I saw him described in another place as a revenant, which I think is more
That makes
accurate.
More sense.
He's not really a zombie.
Yeah.
Like, he's only a zombie in that he came back to life.
Yeah.
But he doesn't follow zombie rules, and he doesn't do anything zombie-ish.
Yeah. He's fueled and exists basically on hatred.
On hatred.
Yeah. Also, towards the end of the movie, they're playing a little fast and loose with seemingly some of the rules, and they stop short of having to actually explain any of that because Jody, as part of this big scheme to finally take down Uncle Sam, he's telling him he wants to be just like him, and he's like, "You have to be dead first. Are you volunteering?"
Yeah.
Which, I don't know, is he just going to kill Jody and then Jody's dead? Or does he have some way to, like, kill Jody, but then Jody comes back as this...
I was wondering that as well. I was like, maybe he just assumes that Jody will also be fueled by his love of America and his hatred of...
And in which case, then...
anti-American sentiment.
Wouldn't it behoove Uncle Sam to kind of go around and maybe find some other guys
who are like super patriotic,
right, and then kill them, so there's basically like an undead, unkillable horde of people except for by cannon fire.
Yeah, that is how they deal with Uncle Sam, by the way, which is the most buck wild thing. They had one of those ceremonial cannons that they used to start the 4th of July parade, and when they used it, no fire.
No, I don't even think it fired up like a cannonball or anything out of it.
It just made a sound, and then they were like, "Yay, 4th of July!"
Yeah, they were like, "All right, parade time,
time for the parade." But they bring this sucker back, and somehow it just creates a massive explosion.
It's a fully functioning cannon that has explosive charges.
And the craziest thing too is like, so I mean, it has a cannonball in it. Like we see them load the cannonball, but the cannonball hits Uncle Sam, which sends him flying backwards into the front window of the house, which then proceeds to explode.
Yeah, like,
and I don't know how that worked.
No.
I don't know what the math on that was, but unless there was a gas leak in the house.
That's what I said, was like, is there a gas leak in the house? Why would it just explode?
Why would it spontaneously
I don't even know what the first one kind of made him catch fire. Yeah. Like, neither one makes sense.
No, they're not, cannonballs are not inherently...
Yeah, at least I don't think so. I think they're just big balls of metal that kind of just take shit out when they hit it, you know?
I don't know.
The movie is wild. They do a lot of... a lot of it obviously centers around the 4th of July when, like, a lot of the killings, like, happen. Yeah. Other than, I think, the first two, which are in June when he's in... When they discover the helicopter crash. And also, we should say that the helicopter crash wreckage, they talk about it a little bit in the movie. It is from friendly fire.
Right.
As to why it has, like, been shot down. Mm-hmm. And they don't really get into any other specifics about that other than it's just, like, sometimes accidents or, like, you know, things happen in combat and stuff. and things can happen. And, like, that's really all we get about it, which is fine. I don't think we need to spend a whole lot of time on that, whatever. Like, we're watching a dumb movie about a guy who comes back from the dead to kill unpatriotic Americans or whatever. But so a lot of the killings and everything take place, 12 a.m. July 4th, and then go through basically the night of the 4th of July. There's, a pretty spectacular fireworks kill. Yeah. He's like a senator,
he's a
congressman.
Yeah.
Who's kind of just like a,
slime
sleazy. Yeah. Like every time he's like kind of shown, he's like, I don't want to talk to these dumb hicks. And, he's only ever concerned about, there's multiple times he's like, glasses or no glasses, based on like how he looks. And like every character that he passes is just like, there's these like lines that people say, like, you didn't get my vote. Yeah. Or like, oh, this guy.
Right.
Whatever. And so like clearly nobody likes him. Anyway, but that guy gets killed. There's a bunch of activities that they do during the 4th of July stuff. There's the potato sack race, which is insane,
and apparently goes a quarter mile through the winding through the woods.
It's like a Mario course or something in there, where it's like absurdly long. There's a crowd right when it starts, but then it very quickly enters into areas where nobody else is around.
No crowd is around.
Yeah. And I guess the kid who like intentionally did the national anthem like really poorly as a joke and a bit or whatever. Yeah, because
then he like moons the audience.
Yeah, and everything. He's doing a bit. Apparently, he was still allowed to kind of like hang out at the festivities. Right? He
wasn't kicked out.
Yeah, no, he's in the potato sack race.
And he's like shoving the smaller children to the ground.
And then because this whole thing happens and he starts going off course, and I was like, where is he going? And you were like, he's taking a shortcut. And I was like, in what way is what he's doing going to be taking a shortcut? He
proceeds to fall.
Yeah, he immediately falls down a comically large hill into a junkyard.
Yeah,
or something,
which leads to an orchard.
Yeah. I don't know. And then when he comes across, Uncle Sam, and he's like, hey, nice costume, can you point me back to the road? And I was like, at what point does he just take the potato sack off? He's already pushing people. Nobody's around except for the other people in the race. And it doesn't seem like they're going to do anything anyway. No. So why is he even bothering just take the potato sack off and then just outrun everyone until you get close enough to where you need to be, put it back on, and then hop. And then, who cares? You won.
You won. You get the 4th of July crown or whatever.
Or whatever
they're competing for.
I don't even think they'd give it to him. I think he would show up first anyway, and then they'd be like, this
not
fucking
this
guy.
Fucking kid.
Hey, we're not going to give it to him, right?
You didn't get my vote.
Yeah. Uncle Sam, he does have some pretty fun kills,
he does.
I would say, in this. There's some horror movie logic that just like doesn't make any sense except for the fact that you're in a horror movie.
Right.
So the whole premise of this like parade is going to kick off, and there's a float, and one of the kids that's I guess he's just like the school is putting on part of the parade or something. And one of the kids is supposed to be, I guess, George Washington.
George Washington, yeah.
And the teacher is like, where's the axe? And the kid's like, I don't know, I guess he left it in the school or whatever. And the teacher goes back inside to get the axe. And at first I didn't think anything of it. And then I was like, wait, this is a kid on a float. And they show the implication that the school teacher's about to be killed using this axe because Uncle Sam is holding it. Like, he shows up. And then they cut and they show the axe in the teacher's forehead. And I'm like, it was a real axe?
Which seems crazy. I get it was the 90s.
But that's insane, right? Like, it's a kid on a moving float. You can't just give him an axe.
Right.
Also, it's not a real tree. No. So, like, what are we doing?
Yeah. I don't know.
It was crazy. Oh my god. There's so many things with this. Like, another one of the absurd ones is Uncle Sam. So he is dressed up as Uncle Sam after he kills somebody else who is dressed up as Uncle Sam.
Steals his outfit so he can hide his grotesque features of being a zombie and mingle. He's pretty cool moving through this crowd. Yeah.
Like, he's like shaking hands and waving with people and stuff. And like multiple people commented like, he's really good at being Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
I'm just like, all right, I guess.
Whatever.
But there's a scene where there's like a carnival game with like an air rifle to shoot like rabbits or ducks, you know, like wooden targets or whatever. And it shows like a bunch of them getting shot down right away. And then it reveals it's Uncle Sam holding the air rifle. And the carnival barker guy is like, you should take it easy. We're doing this for charity after all. And while he's turned away, like yelling at him, Uncle Sam rips the gun off of the chain there. Mm-hmm. And then later we find the guy who was dressed up as Abraham Lincoln shot and through everything through the head, which
is, you know,
right,
reference.
Yeah, big reference there. And then later, like right after, because this is the first kill that really gets discovered, and then it starts to kind of like break apart from this. Yeah. But we cut to Jody, who is just kind of like, I don't know, he's like picking at something. He's like in a barn or something or whatever. He's like playing with hay or some shit. I don't know, whatever. But he's just like, the guy who killed whatever his name is going to get away clean. They're never going to be able to find him. And I'm like, this is going to be the most open and shut case, I think, in history, right? Other than like everyone seeing exactly when it happened.
Yeah.
They're going to be able to tell it was from an air rifle. Yeah. Then they're just going to be like, how did he get the air rifle? And then the carnival guy is just going to be like, yeah, Uncle Sam came by. I turned around for 3 seconds, and then when I turned back, the gun had been ripped off the chain, and Uncle Sam was gone. And then you found that guy. So I'm pretty sure it was Uncle Sam. I don't know what Jody's thinking, but it's going to be pretty easy.
Yep. But
oh, God.
It's also insane that he makes that comment, not only because logistically it's untrue.
Yeah.
He's saying it right in front of his mother,
yeah,
who was dating the guy who was dressed as Abraham Lincoln.
Yep.
So, like, the amount of insensitivity to see your mom in distress and be like, they're never gonna
catch him, Mom. I don't know what to tell you. He's gonna get away. I've seen this before.
And I really have to talk about this because I think we're gonna start like wrapping up the movie soon.
Sure.
And I really need to say that they didn't just introduce this blind kid who got horribly mangled in the previous 4th of July festivities. They also create some kind of weird, intimate, spiritual relationship between this child and Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
Where Uncle Sam, like, comes up to him
in the middle of all of this.
In the middle of everything. His parents have just turned their back to, like, get some frozen lemonade or something. Yeah. And he's caressing his face. And he's saying, I'm gonna get them who did this to you.
Yeah. I'll make them feel your pain.
I'll make them feel your pain. And then from that point on, this blind kid is, like, speaking so cryptically. Every time he has a line, he's like, one is dead. More will come.
Yeah.
No, Uncle Sam won't hurt me. We're connected.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is
Uncle
wrong
Sam
with
thinks
you?
we're on his side. And I'm like, what?
How do you have this information?
It's truly like makes wild. No sense. It's so good. Like this character being introduced at this point truly makes you think you missed something in the first half, but you really didn't. They just introduced this character, and then suddenly he's got like a psychic connection to Uncle Sam somehow,
and he knows everything Uncle Sam's gonna do.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, so we should talk about briefly the relationship the women have.
Oh my gosh.
With these.
So every woman in this movie is traumatized and doesn't like the man that they're dating.
Yes.
And it makes me wonder why they're dating at all.
Yeah.
So, like, we meet Louise, who's Sam's wife.
Yeah.
And this is before she knows that he's, like, officially dead. But she's got this little thing going on.
Yeah.
This little situationship.
Yeah.
With this police officer.
Yeah.
And we see them, like, saying goodnight after, I guess he's dropping her off at home or whatever. And they go in for a kiss, and they just, like, really make out for a second. Just, like, go hard.
Yeah.
And then he's like, are you sure I can't come in? And then all of a sudden, she's just like, fuck you, no.
Yeah, she's like, you're supposed to be on duty.
You're on duty right now.
Yeah.
Can I get a good night kiss? You already did. Loser. Idiot. And then, like, every time she sees him from that point on, he'll be, like, he, like, puts his arm around her at the parade. And she's like, don't do that. And he's like, what? Everybody knows we're together. And she's like, it's not about them. And I'm like, so you don't want his arm around
you don't like him.
You don't want to be with him. And then Jody's mom, so Uncle Sam's sister, is also fucking traumatized, which we learned why later on and everything. But, like, she's dating this Ralph guy who dresses up like Abraham Lincoln. He's an accountant and he's committing tax fraud, and that's what we know about Ralph.
Right.
And the only other thing I know about Ralph is that Jody's mom is not about him.
No. Not in any way, shape, or form. Like, at least Louise had, like, a kiss. Yeah. Right? And so you could just be like, maybe that's just how she's wanting to play it, you know, like, whatever.
She's being coy.
Yeah. Where Jody's mom comes into play, she is, like, absolutely no affection whatsoever.
He, like, comes in, they have, like, a brief little, like, friendly hug / peck on the cheek. But even that seems exhausting to her.
Yeah.
And then he's, like, trying to, you know, give her a little smooch, hold her hand. He pulls his chair up close to her. And the whole time she's just like,
yeah.
Who is this fucking guy?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you actually don't have to be
You don't actually have to date him. You don't have to
date anyone.
Yeah.
In fact,
you don't want to do any of it. Yeah, they're during the dinner scene, like, Jody, you know, obviously Sam is dead. They have the coffin in the living room and everything. But Jody's, like, upset about stuff, and he asks to be excused. He goes off to his bedroom, and Ralph, after Jody leaves, scoots his chair
so close
to her, and he's like, you know, maybe he would give me a little bit more respect if you would show me a little more affection. And she's just like, can you fuck
off?
And I was like, girl, you didn't have to invite him over for dinner.
No.
This is your house. You made the dinner. He just brought a bottle of wine.
Right.
That's it. So you didn't need him for any of that.
No. Don't date him.
Just don't date him. You don't have to date him.
No. It's crazy. The relationships are insane. And I get that, like, because we learn later about, like, oh, you know, she was, you know, abused growing up. Sure. And, like, she already kind of, you know, she also makes a comment in that conversation about how, like, that's probably why it didn't work out with your dad. So it's like she's clearly got some trauma and some baggage.
Yeah.
But I'm like, at a certain point, if you're that miserable to be dating and to, like, be touched, you actually can opt to not do that.
Yeah, you can just say, no, I'm not available right now.
You can just be like, I'm not interested in that.
No, I'll just be a single mom and it's fine. Yeah, well, it's the 90s. You can't do that.
But, you know, read a self-help book.
Yeah, they got plenty of those.
Their blogs are starting to come out.
That's true. AOL Online or whatever.
Yeah. Join an IM chat room. And figure it out.
Yeah.
You know?
Figure
it out.
Let's
rate the movie.
Let's rate this and then talk about our scariest moment.
Oh, thank God we're talking about ratings first, because I don't have a scariest moment. Yeah, let's see here. So we had a pretty close rating this time.
Yeah.
I gave it a 4.9. Curtis gave it a 5. That gives us a total score with rounding to an even 5.
Yep. And that is how you will feel about this movie. That it's a movie.
I will say for both of us, the highest score that we gave it was an entertainment, which I think is accurate.
Yeah.
It is seasonally appropriate.
Yes. This may become a 4th of July, like, watch for me.
It's real silly and fun.
Yeah.
It's got some quippy one-liners, some interesting kills.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Yep.
But it also has terrible performances from children.
Really bad.
Terrible performances from adults. Dialogue that doesn't make sense.
No, the dialogue is really bad.
You're often going to feel like you missed something.
Yeah.
But you didn't, because you were paying attention.
Yep.
they just give you whiplash like that.
Yep. There's also, like, there's decisions in this movie that, like, just, they're really funny that they decided to do them this way. There's the whole scene with the barbecue girl.
Yeah.
When she goes to sneak off to smoke the joint, she's been hacking away at a rack of ribs that she just got finished taking off the smoker, right? And she leaves the cleaver on the board, and she goes to snake off. And they show very clearly the cleaver. They linger on it, and you, being a horror movie enthusiast, watcher at all, are like, the cleaver's getting taken, right? It's going to be gone. When she comes back to that scene, she opens the smoker up and she struggles to get another rack out because it's just like, everything's gone to shit.
And that was the one take.
That was the one take. She gets another rack out, she goes and throws it on the board, and the cleaver is gone, but so are all of the ribs that she just got, and she did just leave those there. Yes. So I don't know.
So that implies that Uncle Sam was like, ooh, a cleaver.
Oh, thank God, I was starving.
I was getting peckish.
Yes. Oh, a little treat for me. You leave cookies out for Santa. You leave a full rack of ribs for Uncle Sam.
Oh my God.
It's truly like, there's just little things throughout the movie that are just like, they're so funny. the blind kid just like, they have to roll him around in the wheelchair because he's blind. He can't go anywhere. And he's apparently integral to all of this now. They need him around to tell. But like, they keep just rolling him to the locations, and then like the other two characters will just leave him sitting there.
You're thinking to yourself, okay, they've dropped him off. He's no longer part of this.
And then it's like jump scare because he's just there on the sidewalk.
There was literally a point where Jed fully leaves the scene. Jody is inside the house trying to talk down his Uncle Sam.
Yep.
Jed fully leaves the scene to go get the cannon. We don't see the child at all. We don't see the blind child at all. And then once Jed pulls back up and has the cannonball pointed towards the door, we just get a hard cut to the blind kid going, "We're here, Jody."
We're here, Jody. What do you mean? Where did you come from?
I like that he was just sitting on the front lawn, just sort of...
just kind of chilling.
Looking into the middle distance.
Yeah. Just hanging out, having a connection with Uncle Sam, and not able to communicate that with anyone because nobody was around him.
Also, he has the worst parents in the world because they fully abandoned him when all the shit breaks bad at the parade where the congressman gets lit up with fireworks, and he's like, I've got to get your mom to the car, leaves the blind child alone.
Well, he says that, but then Jody runs up and he's like, I'll push the wheelchair, and he's like, oh, thanks, Jody. And then they're doing this, and then that's when Jed runs up. Yeah. And they're like, you gotta get out of here.
But still, the fact that the dad was just... He didn't know Jody was gonna come up and offer that.
No.
So
he was like, I'll be back for you.
At a scene... At a parade where the fireworks have started going awry, which is how your child got hurt last year.
Yes.
You're just going to fully leave him unattended, blind, in a wheelchair.
I think the dad's secretly hoping that this year it takes him out.
It takes him out. He's like, I don't want to be a caregiver anymore.
I can't do this anymore.
I can't fucking do this anymore. But it just... And then, like, the parents don't come back up. So even if they were like, oh, Jody's got him, it's fine.
Yeah.
When you don't reconnect with your child, are you worried where he is?
Jody's got him.
Jody's got him.
Yeah.
But where's Jody?
Well, and then Jed comes up, and then Jed's like, I'll take him back to wherever. And they're like, thanks, Jed. So I guess Jed has him. But then again, it's the same question of like,
no one's concerned about where he went. Why did
we not take the Barry back home?
Right.
They're both with Jed. So,
they're both with Jed,
and apparently that's fine. And we're all good with that. That's totally fine.
Oh my God. So yeah, that's Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
That's Uncle Sam.
Did you have a scariest?
No.
Not even a little?
Nothing scared me in this movie. I think what scared me was just kind of reflecting about the military-industrial complex on the 250th anniversary of our country.
Yeah. I think the scariest moment for me was... There's nothing in this.
There was one scene that I think you might have missed because I think you were standing up in the kitchen when this happened. Maybe. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I was so locked in. I wasn't concerned with what you were doing.
Yeah. I was looking for a snack. I found some Sour Punch straws.
Yes. But they revisited Barbecue Girl.
Oh!
At the parade when everything's breaking bad and people are kind of starting to panic and everything. And they revisit her. She opens the smoker to get the next rack of ribs out.
What's she cutting it with?
But guess what's in there?
The cleaver?
No.
Oh.
That kid's head.
Oh, the one he cut off?
Yeah, the one he cut off. So that kid's head's in there, and then she's like, "Wow!" And then everybody's losing their mind.
She's like, how am I going to cut this?
Right. Oh.
The cleaver's gone.
I need a meat thermometer.
This doesn't even look close to done. Was it all burned up and stuff? Or was it like you could like really tell it was him?
You could tell it was him.
So he either just put that on, or they really didn't go through the trouble of trying to make this look like
they kind of put some makeup on it to be like, oh, it's like a little like reddish at these certain parts, but it was very much
the same
head.
Okay,
yeah,
cool. That's cool.
That was the scariest part.
That's probably the scariest part then.
Yeah,
that the part that I didn't see.
Yeah, you were getting Sour Punch straws.
Yeah,
and that's on you. But anyway, so that was Uncle Sam. Happy 4th of July if you observe. To all of our people who don't observe or are not American,
Uncle Sam's gonna get you.
Happy Saturday. 2 kinds of people. If you want to reach out to us, we're always happy to hear from you. You can send us an email. It's firstfrightpod@gmail.com. You can also find us on Instagram and X at firstfrightpod. We also have a Facebook page. It's called Love at First Fright on Facebook. Please follow us. Please leave a comment. Whatever, engagement.
Yeah.
I'm bad at this.
Do the American thing.
Do the American thing.
And thumbs up or whatever.
And poke us on Facebook.
Yeah. Give us a like.
Give us a like on Facebook. Like and subscribe.
Smash that like button.
Smash that subscribe button.
Yeah.
I think that's it though.
I think that was it. It's a whirlwind of a movie. You absolutely should watch it, but you should only watch it around the lead up to 4th of July.
Save it for next year.
Yeah, don't watch it now. Just take our word for it. Just wait. Let that bad boy simmer.
Yeah.
We'll do it. We'll put it on. We'll have a party here.
We'll remind you in our new house.
Yeah, we'll get a big screen.
Yeah.
And we'll play it on the thing, and then when the fireworks go off, we'll time it
just right for when the congressman gets killed.
Yeah. Anyway.
I
think that's it. As always, scare well, and see you next time.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's
you gotta do the whole thing now.
Early light. Am I allowed to do this? Is this copyright free?
I think so, because everyone does it. I don't think.
I'll just change the words a little bit.
Yeah. Hey Siri.
Everyone's fucking phone just went off.
Hey Siri, is this copyrighted?